In this episode of Talking About Orks, we're going to be going over the Meka-Dread. Meka-Dread is a big, clumpy walker, and so it has a base movement of 8, which drops down to 4. Weapon skill 3 drops down to 5. Ballistic skill 4. Very interesting that it has ballistic skill 4. Makes it a very viable model. Strength 6 drops down to 4, so it's not very strong for a big walker. Toughness 7, 16 wounds, so it's about as tough as a battle wagon. It's a slightly better save at 3 up. 5 attacks, which is a lot, and 6 leadership. So the Meka-Dread is a model equipped with 2 Ripper Claws. So when you have 2 Ripper Claws, you have 1 more attack, so you have 6. Even with the 5 base attacks with the Ripper Claw, which is strength times 2, AP minus 3, and D6 damage, you're still talking, 8 to 10 damage on average, which is quite a bit if you can get this thing in close combat. Meka-Dread, now here's what has been fact. It has been heavily fact here. So the Meka-Dread may replace its Ripper Claw with one of the following. May replace one of its Ripper Claws with one of the following: Kill Cannon, Big Zappa, Shunta, or Rattler Cannon. The Kill Cannon was added to basically make this Mega-Dread, because that's what the Mega-Dread said was a Kill Cannon and a close combat weapon. So now that you can take a Kill Cannon, you can run basically the Mega-Dread model as a Meka-Dread, which is kind of nice. And the Meka-Dread must take one of the following: rocket bombs, 2 big shooters, the Mega Charger ability, or a custom force field. So let's take a look. The Big Zappa is 36-inch range, heavy 3, 2d6 strength, and before firing this weapon, if the result roll determines the strength of the shot. The result is 12. Do not make a wound roll. Instead of the attack hits, each hit causes 3 mortal wounds. 3 shots of this skill 4 might actually almost be worth it because it's AP minus 4 and 4 damage. That's a lot of damage from just a few shots. The Shunta is 24 inches, heavy 1, strength 8, AP minus 2, 2 damage. Vehicles except for a wound may not advance in the following turn. Well, that's completely useless. Absolutely useless. Rattler Cannon, 24 inches, heavy 2d6, strength 5, AP minus 2, D3 damage. Wow, that's really good, especially with an 8-inch movement. That gives you a 32-inch threat range. I think a Rattler Cannon is probably the best option here. The Kill Cannon, of course, hasn't changed at all. It's heavy D6, strength 7, AP minus 2, 2 damage. So I can't see any reason to take anything but the Rattler Cannon if you're going to take a Meka-Dread. You can also take rocket bombs, which are heavy D6, 48-inch range, and strength 5, AP 0, 1 damage. Can target units not visible there. So rocket bombs are essentially a lava. The thing is, rocket bombs are free, as is the Mega Charger ability. There's no points listed for either one of those in the Forge Rule book or Chapter Approved or the facts. So if you want to keep your points down, taking rocket bombs is definitely the way to go. So let's see, a lot of special rules here. Ramshackle Monster. Each time the Meka-Dread loses a wound from any weapon, roll a d6 on a 4+. The wound is ignored. The first time this roll is failed, the result is reduced to a 5+, and so on until the roll fails on a 6-up, and this ability may no longer be used. So if you can roll 4s all day long, you'll never take a wound. So it's not a great ability, but it's not useless at all. It's definitely could help keep your Meka-Dread alive. And it's by wounds, not damage. Or it's by wounds, right? Yes, a wound, not damage. So if it hits in the face of the last cannon, you roll a 4 up. The wound is ignored. So they don't roll damage at all. Rip and Tear, this one. Mega Charger. Once per battle, this model may move an additional 8 inches in the movement phase. However, before this happens, roll a d6 on a 1. The Meka-Dread cannot advance or charge until the beginning of your next turn. It suffers 1 mortal wound. It may advance as per the normal rules after this ability has been used. So, of course, if you advance, you can't charge. So Mega Charge is basically that one shot to get into close combat sooner. Not bad. That any ability that gives extra movements in 8th edition is tremendous because it also has Eerie Go. So you're talking 16 inches of movement plus a 2d6 rerollable charge. That is a massive threat range. The Mega Charger is not a bad ability. But you can't take both the Mega Charger and a custom force field. And the force field is very important because it also projects out. It gives you the KFF bubble around the Meka-Dread. So, force fields, Mega Charger is fantastic. As we have seen in other armies that have movement abilities like Thousand Suns and whatever that warp time charge thing is, I think that's psychic power. The Mega Charger is just absolutely fantastic. And you can always use your command point to reroll that if you do roll a 1. So, yeah, it's a tough choice between the Mega Charger and a custom force field. Depends on what you want it to do. If you wanted to sit back and shoot its Rattler Cannon and buff units around it with the KFF, that's not a bad choice for it. If you want to give it the Mega Charger and just run it up turn 1 and beat on something with 2 Ripper Claws, that's not a bad way to play it either. Big and Stompy, this model can fall back in your movement phase and still shoot and or charge. It's not too bad. And explodes it on a 6. It does 6 inches of D3 mortal wounds. So at the points value here, the base price is 205. The Ripper Claw is 35. The second one is half that. And all the weapons, all 4 weapon choices, are between 16 and it's literally 16, 17, 18, or 19, depending on which one you choose. And the Ripper Claw is also 18. So they're all right in that range of the same points. So you're never going to be more than 259 plus the KFF. So 275 is the most number of points you could spend on this model. 279 is you're not going to want that. I think the Rattler Cannon is 16, so you're talking 270. So if you give it a Rattler Cannon and the KFF, you're at 276. If you give it the Mega Charger and leave it with 2 Ripper Claws, you're at 258. It is a little spendy. There's no doubt about that. It is a little pricey. But with the Mega Charger or Force Field and that Ramshackle ability, it's got a lot of really awesome rules, and there's really no downside to any of these. Yes, you can roll a 1 on the Mega Charger and not be able to charge that turn. You can advance if you need to, or just as I said, use a command point and hope you don't roll a second one. So that's the Meka-Dread, which can also, now that they've added the kill cannon, also fill the role of the Mega-Dread if you have one of those instead. But again, the Mega-Dread, you can add the custom force field or the Mega Charger. Either way you want to play it, it doesn't matter. Both of them are extremely good options. It's just a little bit overpriced for what you get out of it, I think. But I think something like that Mega Charger would definitely be something I'd like to see on a Gorkanaut. Yep. Because the Gorkanaut's tougher. It's got 1 more toughness and 2 more wounds. But I think the a Mega Charger on a Gorkanaut would not be a bad thing to have. I would definitely take that and just run the thing right into something the first turn. And then let it die, and hopefully it'll explode and do some more damage. So that's it. That's the Meka-Dread. The Meka-Dread is a pretty popular model. The Meka-Dread wasn't so much. And of course, it's just rife to conversion and looting opportunities. So do you play Mega-Dread or Meka-Dread? And let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this episode of Talking About Orcs. Please subscribe and hit the bell button for notifications for new Talking About Orcs videos every Wednesday, new battle reports every Friday, and hobby videos whenever I can. Thanks for watching.